Time skip. 1 year later there was rarely any talk in the midst of battle. After all, words were completely useless at that point. It was a war. Instead, the enemies preferred completely useless, primitive cries, drunk on frenzied screams from the fear of battle. They waved their weapons, unable to recognize allies from enemies. There was never anything good about these kinds of wars. They only produced deaths. Perhaps, if men could fight with words instead of weapons. But when a man has weapons, words become useless. Derek, you've done very well, Izuku. Much more than I could have given myself credit for. You've exceeded my expectations. Izuku, ah well. Thank you for training me, Master. Dad mentioned to me that this isn't something that can be taught to everyone. In fact, there's no one. Derek, there was a saying in my family when we became the heirs. Don't commit to anyone. Izuku, only fools always rush to take sides. Derek, hey, you should never commit to any position except your own. Izuku, I guess the day has finally come, huh? We'll all part ways eventually. Derek, you and your friends have enormous potential to be exploited, especially you, kid. You know perfectly well that you could become the leader of the main squad if you wanted to. Rarely is a person born with the gift of leadership. Izuku, I prefer to maintain suspense and master the art of the unpredictable. Attitudes that seemingly lack coherence or purpose baffled others, exhausting themselves trying to explain their movements and actions. Derek, and you know perfectly well that you can teach them why you'd play that role. So far, it's only been simulations or simple missions to take down mercenaries, but I think you're more than capable of leading a team. Izuku, I don't want to show too much more of myself to others. It's not that they don't know anything about me, it's that I don't want to show too much of myself. Part of our comfort as human beings lies in familiarizing ourselves with the attitudes of others to gain a sense of control. But what if others don't have that feeling? Derek, like the fact that they know you're really Izuku Midoriya Yagi? Izuku. Derek, it's weird, isn't it? The fact that both Mike and I won't have much trouble teaching you. Izuku Midoriya Yagi, the boy who at 4 years old was the weakest heir of the three main families. Izuku, I was just a kid. Derek, a boy who disappeared for 4 more years only to challenge the heir of the Bakugo clan and the Todoroki's son, Natsuo, and defeat them both. From what I saw, they mentioned you had a duller look and pale skin. Does that explain the marks on your body? Izuku, when I was a child, Toshinori forced me to undergo special training. He locked me in a house for 4 years where I learned to survive, fight, and endure pain. For most of the 12 hours a day, I was tortured by him with poison, electricity, or just plain physical pain. I grew accustomed to both, as if avoiding fatigue. Derek, when the war started, Mike and I were just kids. Even your age. Our teacher, the one who taught us all, once told us. When you stop being afraid of death, that's when you begin to live. Derek, unexpressed emotions never die. They're buried alive and come out later in the worst possible way. Izuku, it's not like I became weaker, Master, he mentioned while getting up from the ground. They made me more human or even much worse. Derek, you're right, after all humans are similar to monsters, he said while removing his dagger from the head of a corpse. Talent, with the necessary effort, becomes indestructible, while those who try to destroy it become desperate. Derek, rest for now, I'll make the final announcement tomorrow. Izuku, understood, Master, he mentioned for the last time, to begin to get down from the pile of corpses. Even when I was surrounded by people, I was gripped by a sick loneliness. It wasn't about people, it wasn't the people who were the problem. It was me, my soul, which has nothing in common with anyone. I'm just a murderer. A psychopath. 1 day later. Derek, good. All this time, you've all been doing wonderfully. Just look at yourselves. You're no longer the weak little boys you used to be. You now have upright eyes and confidence radiating from you. But this won't be like the simulations anymore, or you won't be able to let go of the act of killing. Today, you will be shown the true world you stand in. A world of only hardship will come your way. Tell me, are you ready? Yes, sir. Derek, that's right. Using your skills in combat, deduction, stealth, and intelligence, each of you will be assigned a different squad. Desmond, which one do you think we'll get, Izuku? Izuku, peace, possibly the squad 1. Desmond, oh, come on. Remember, you don't have to be like that, buddy. You gotta give me hope, not let me down. Izuku, just kidding, he repeats while smiling slightly. Chika, possibly what Izuku says is true, 4 eyes. Desmond, yeah, yeah. Whatever you say, Daddy's girl. Derek, Cadet Number 1, Izuku Angelo will be assigned to the assault squad. Desmond, well, it was obvious you were going to get the most important one. I heard only the best of the best make it into that squad. Chika, they might be together, after all they were good at duo missions. Derek, Cadet Number 5, Desmond Bendek is assigned to the strategy squadron. Desmond, huh? Chika, I'm lying. Derek, Cadet 18, Chika Nimitz is assigned to stealth squadron. Chika, oh, come on. Desmond, well, my squad isn't much worse than yours. Chika, at least I won't be the one who has to be locked up in a barracks most of the time. Desmond, do you want to fight? Derek, all of the above must report to their respective headquarters within 3 hours. You're dismissed. Izuku, stop fighting, please. Chika, good, good. Desmond, yeah, listen to your boyfriend. Chika, hey. Izuku's not my boyfriend. Desmond, whatever you say. But well, it was to be expected. Our methods on missions were completely opposite to each other. The only way we worked well was together. Chika, you mean you guys? Did you forget when a mercenary team intercepted us? You guys wiped everyone out. Desmond, you went for the leader with your quirk, don't complain. Izuku, just because we're in different barracks doesn't mean we can't fight together again. From what Derek said, there are missions that require us to work with other barracks. Desmond, oh, that's right. How was your training with Derek? You disappeared for most of the year. Chika, I missed you. Chika, that's not the case. Izuku, PF, I see you two became good friends while I was gone. Luckily, I survived Derek's training. Desmond, you look taller and more muscular. What did he make you do? Hunting? Izuku, exactly, he said as he began to walk away. See you in the dining room in the afternoon. Desmond/Chika, good. 3 hours later. Izuku, I guess it's here, he said as he positioned himself in front of a huge building, to simply knock on the door. I'm the recruit who was assigned to the assault squad. Assault squad? Are you Izuku Angelo? Izuku, that's right. I guess you're the leader, right? I guess you're the leader, right? Perfect. Come in, I'll introduce you to the others. Izuku, understood. It's time for our introduction to be better. My name is Edward Ahrens. I am the leader of the main assault squad. I am the leader of the main assault squadron. Try to recreate yourself permanently. Never accept the roles society has imposed on you. Be the master of your own image, instead of allowing someone else to define it for you. Izuku, thought, the way I present myself will determine my place in this squad. Never show more than necessary. Don't pretend you're a leader or have a natural ability. Gather just enough energy to be between the two sides and not stand out. Izuku, Angelo. Izuku Angelo. It will be a pleasure to be in this squadron with you, sir. Edward, oh, come on. Don't be so modest, kid. I'd be the one saying those words. It's flattering to have to be on the same team as the military commander. Edward Ahrens. Status, main assault squad leader. Rank, 60th. Quirk, echolocation. The ability to emit waves within a 2-kilometer radius that bounce off objects and return in an echo that provides even the smallest information about the emitted location. Izuku, do you know about me? Edward, oh, please. Everyone in this military camp knows about Mike Angelo's son. You've built your own reputation without considering your father's. That's why I like you. Izuku, thank you, sir, he mentioned while lightly clicking his tongue. What did I hear? Is the new recruit here yet? Edward, come this way, kid. These are your new partners. That crazy guy over there I mentioned while pointing at a boy sharpening his knife, is our squad's second in command. John Agar. John, oh, come on. I had planned everything to introduce myself and you ruined it. John Agar. Status, second in command. Rank, 67th. Quirk, Vires. A physical enhancement ability that gradually increases endurance, immunity, physical and sensory capacity to an average far exceeding normal physical capacity. Edward, the picky one there, is Eli Alexander. Eli Alexander. Status, assault squad member. Rank, 79th. Quirk, Adfectus. Control over the opponent's emotions. The possessor of such a power is capable of creating vivid memories about the opponent, causing a mental breakdown where their brain explodes, rendering them unconscious, or even using it as an ability to find lies and truths. Edward, and the emo guy there is Lloyd Alexander, Eli's brother. Lloyd Alexander. Status, Assault Squad member. Rank, 66th. Quirk, Kantararu. Her quirk is capable of creating small, thin threads, unable to be seen by the human eye, to be used on humans. These threads adhere to the opponent's brain, transforming it into a lifeless mannequin, which the user has the ability to control, immobilize, and speak through. She is also capable of breaking bones, sinking irises, and exploding brains to leave no evidence. Izuku, it's a pleasure to meet you all, gentlemen. It will be an honor to fight alongside you. Izuku Angelo. Status, Assault Squad member. Rank, 50th. Quirk, Adaptive Vision. One of the variants of his quirk, Adaptive Vision as its name suggests, gives him the primary ability to make his vision get used to any situation he finds himself in to automatically help him, being a variant of his main quirk Eagle Vision. John, well, as you know, our team is primarily tasked with completing missions that other squadrons aren't capable of efficiently. Our presence is necessary when a mission must be completed 100%, with no casualties. Izuku, understand. Domination. Derek, wow, kid. Derek, wow, kid. Hide your dominance, don't forget who taught you this trick. Izuku, sorry, master. Derek, calm down, he said while taking Izuku's shoulder. You're getting better. You managed to immobilize me for a moment. Edward, immobilize you? You? Maybe you're just getting old, Derek. Derek, don't forget I can kill you anytime I want, Edward. I'm still your leader. Edward, sorry. Derek, with the addition of a new recruit to the squad, your presence is requested northwest of Musatafu. We require the complete elimination and extraction of the hostages being used as slaves by the Koreans. Edward, time? Derek, departure time will be at 6 a.m. Edward, understood. Derek, okay, Izuku, I have something else to discuss with your leader. Can you come out for a moment? Izuku, I understand, he said without further ado, to leave the barracks. Derek, how was your presentation? Edward, pretty simple, in my opinion. If I saw him with the naked eye, I wouldn't believe he was the commander's son. Derek, that's exactly why you should be afraid, Edward. Mike taught him not to stand out when it's not necessary and to kill when it is. Besides that, I teach him personally. Edward, that's starting to get a little scarier. If he was personally raised by both of them, why don't you just give him a squad to lead? Derek, Izuku's way of thinking is generally strange, even I don't fully understand it. Maybe he just wants to control everything from the shadows if things get out of hand. I'm just here to warn you, don't mess with him. You won't want to know his true form. Edward, why do you say that? Because his arrival warns of the arrival of a monster. Mike, let's see. Be amazed at the government's ingenious plan for our children. Derek, there's worse news about that, Mike. They've already submitted the list of contestants for the show. Mike, say it. Derek, are you sure you want to know this? Mike, just say it. First, Alexei Nikolaevich. Second, Drake Valdoria. Third, Cassandra Novalish. Fourth, Daniel Inagi. Fifth, Leo Bianchi. Sixth, Alba Fiore. Seventh, Inma De Santis. Eighth, Alejandro Serra. Ninth, Agni Bianco. Mike, one missing. Derek, Angelo. Izuku Angelo. Derek, Mike? Mike, you know what that means, right? Derek, that's right. Mike is preparing everything. We can't stop that, but if he dies, the government will disappear by my hand. Derek, understood. Edward, okay, it's time. Is everyone ready? Squadron, yes, sir. Edward, as Mr. Derek explained, our mission is simply elimination and extraction, nothing more. As everyone knows, we're not heroes. We're soldiers, and with that, we have the ability and obligation to bring all the hostages to safety. We have exactly 2 days, starting today, to complete the mission. John, first and foremost, we'll need to plan how to properly attack the points. Luckily, we've been provided with a map of the area where it's located, he said, dropping a large map into the room. Luckily we have been provided with a map of the extent of the land on which it is located, he said while dropping a huge map in the room. Edward, I have a question for all of you. Do you trust your own team? Squadron, of course, sir. Edward, then we'll do this. Izuku Angelo. Izuku, yes, sir? Edward, any advice on how we should plan this? Izuku, huh? Why? Edward, John. John, here it is, sir, he said while handing him a report. Edward, Izuku Angelo. IQ of 324. Pretty impressive, kid. Eli, 324? That means. Edward, that's right. You've easily surpassed the record for the highest IQ in the world. You've stolen the title of smartest person from William James. Izuku, Completely crush your enemy. If you leave even a single ember, no matter how weak, there's always the risk of it starting a fire again. Izuku, let's see, he mentioned while closing his eyes. The terrain is made up of an enormous wall that covers its surroundings. There is only one entrance that would be the side. Possibly more than 2 guards protect said entrance, while others are scattered throughout the forest to detect external forces. The terrain has a maximum of 950 square meters. Analyzing the view, mountains, trees and possible variants. There would be 20 guards in total, he said while directing his gaze towards Eli. What is the maximum range in which they can control your quirk? Eli, 600 meters maximum. Edward, thought, is that spatial intelligence? He asked himself as he watched Izuku close his eyes. Mathematical, strategic and spatial intelligence. What a monstrous child. Izuku, it won't be enough. 350 meters are empty. Lloyd, can you use your quirk whenever you want, at any time? Lloyd, that's right. Izuku, okay, here's the plan. We'll tackle the remaining 350 meters with Lloyd's power. Lloyd, understood. Izuku, your part in all this is to try to control as many guards as possible, find out what's going on inside, and if they have any information we can use to our advantage. I also need you to clear the area so I can take them out. Lloyd, that will be simple. Izuku, sir. You'll use your quirk to determine the total number of objects in the area. If my calculations are correct, there must be at least 20 people around, not counting those who may have infiltrated the area. Your duty is to verify, safeguard, and protect the hostages. Edward, correct. Izuku, here's the description. Eli will use his quirk to separate the men into 2 different groups. Lloyd and Eli. John will be the main character in all of this. John, what do I need to do? Izuku, infiltration. I need you to take one of their suits and infiltrate the camp in case Lloyd, Edward, and Eli can't discover the infiltrators. At the exit, you'll meet up with Edward, and together you'll get the hostages out while I protect you from a possible firefight on the ground or in the air. Edward, I'm assuming you'll be the team's eagle. Izuku, his eyes, he said while taking a briefcase. Edward, ha ha, you're amazing, he said while lightly hitting Izuku's back. Since the kid made everything so easy for us, I want you all to get ready. We'll leave in 4 minutes. Squadron, yes, sir. Edward, walking. 4 minutes later. Desmond, what's going on here? Chica, tease, I have no idea. Everyone is grouped here, she mentioned while crossing her arms as she saw all the soldiers forming a line. Derek, have you never seen this, soldiers? He asked as he approached them. Chica/Desmond, sir. Derek, rest easy, soldiers. Desmond, what do you mean if we didn't see this? Derek, this is in preparation for the arrival of the main action squadron from the military base. The assault squadron is going on a mission. Chica, that means. Here they come. Desmond, huh? Edward, it took us 2 hours to reach the area, so I want everyone to stay alert. We don't know if our helicopter can be intercepted by the enemy. John, don't worry about it, boss. After all, our star child was protecting us the whole time, he said with a smile while hugging Izuku's neck. Izuku, you can trust me. Chica, are they wearing black clothes? Why aren't they wearing camouflage suits? Derek, that's due to the attack squad's actions. Their mission technically focuses on killing. They don't worry about things like camouflage. Each of them is capable of surviving a battle against more than 30 armed men. Desmond, isn't it a little we've seen it with Izuku. Derek, well. He can be a little special. Ready for takeoff? Edward, take off. Understood, sir. Chica, what does that action he did mean? Derek, the clause? Well. It can only mean one thing. It could be dismissed as an act of good faith. It means have a good hunt. Pilot, sir, we have 4 minutes before reaching the designated area. Prepare to disembark at any moment. Edward, okay, you heard. Prepare yourselves, grab your weapons, and grab your hoods. Pilot, are you sure? Edward, it's safe, there's no significant threat. Pilot, understood, he said to begin descending and see how everyone descended quickly. Edward, okay, I want you here at 0300 hours with a cargo plane. No more or less minutes. Pilot, I'll be here. Happy hunting. He said, making claws with his hands and then, without further ado, starting to climb the helicopter. Edward, okay, if we did everything correctly, there should only be exactly 2 kilometers left. I just cleared the area with my quirk, so we shouldn't have any problems for now. Izuku, I guess it's time we part ways. Edward, that's right. Here you go, he said, throwing her a communicator. We'll start exactly when the sun begins to set. Izuku, fine. I'll be cleaning up the area around camp and will inform you of any changes. He said before disappearing into the forest. Edward, ah. John, sir, I've never taken your ideas lightly, but are you sure about this? This is your first mission. Edward, when Derek showed me the candidates, I was quite interested in this guy. From what Derek told me, he was one of the only ones who could kill in practice when no one else wanted to. Lloyd, murder? Not even I could do it in my early days. Eli, has he done it before? Well, Derek trained him for a reason. Edward, yeah. But anyway, this isn't the time to talk about this. We have to get on with our mission. He said, so that without further ado, everyone started taking their positions. Izuku, perfect, I have very good peripheral vision here, he said as he began to hide behind tree leaves. Can you hear me? Affirmative, I'm Edward. How's the situation? Izuku, I have the camp in sight. At first glance, I can tell there are more than 70 men. Well, in total, with my quirk, I managed to find 120 men in total. Eli, how's your situation going? 30 men held hostage. I think there's a chance there's at least one infiltrator among them. Izuku, copy that, I'll keep an eye on him then. Okay, so it's my turn to start with the plan part, Lloyd. I've managed to gain control of 2 of the main gate guards. Right now, I'm manipulating them to lure as many of them as I can toward the Eagles area. Can you see them? Izuku, affirmative. I've got them in my sights. I have them in my sights. You have to kill all 20 men before the noise breaks them out of mind control. Can you do it? Izuku, do you doubt me, sir? 20 bullets, for 20 men. Tick. Izuku, this is a game to me. Tick. Izuku, targets eliminated. I repeat, targets eliminated. Well done. Eli, any signs? Nothing, sir. John, your turn. Okay. Here I go. Inform us when you begin infiltration. Affirmative, I'm in. Leave the communicator on. Do you see anything? Nothing for now. I found a hatch that goes underground. Eli? That's the location. Okay. Here we go. The signal will be interfering from now on. Do you see anything? John? Shit. Izuku, do you see anything? Izuku, nothing. John. Finally. The signal was found. I've got them. They're in a small cell. They're exactly the number Eli said. Extraction begins. Hey guys, I'm from the Japanese military army. We're here to save. What are you trying to do with the slaves? John? Whose voice is that? Hey, I was just checking them out. You know, we can't just let the merchandise come in broken. It has to be like new. I've never seen you here, are you new? You could say that. You're lying. Edward, John. Attention, we've been discovered. Izuku, eliminate everyone. Izuku, understood, he said as he began to reload his weapon to begin eliminating everyone. Edward, John, how are you feeling? John, he killed him, but his gun went off. Edward, okay, stay there. Izuku will take out everyone and create a safe path for you and the civilians. John, understood. Edward, Eli, Lloyd. Go into the area and take out the rest of them hiding from Izuku. Eli, it's done, he said while breaking a man's neck. Edward, excellent. Izuku, everyone in my vision has been eliminated, but it's likely someone reported we were attacking. Reinforcements are likely coming. Edward, calm down, don't worry. Izuku, understood. Edward, okay. Eli, Lloyd. Join me and let's go rescue the civilians. Lloyd/Eli, hi. Izuku, hey guys. Do you hear that? Edward, Izuku, run. Izuku, shit, not now. I shout as I see the enemy helicopter position itself in front of him. I have it in front of me, trying to distract it. I report to start running. Edward, don't do it, just run. Izuku, I can't. I think they have someone who is my position. He shouted as he knelt down to aim his sniper. Fuck it. Click. Izuku, without ba-agh. Edward, Izuku? Are you okay? Izuku, they have another sniper in the helicopter. He broke my scope. Edward, damn. Can you hold on until we get there? Eli, it's too far away. We'll never make it. Izuku, I'll bring down that damn helicopter at any cost. Edward, what are you going to do? Don't do anything. Eagle eyes. Edward, Izuku. Killer art, maximum concentration. Izuku, this will be my last attempt, he said while pointing towards the helicopter driver. Habilis. From one moment to the next and without realizing it, my eyes began to bleed. Suddenly, without me even realizing it, my eyes began to bleed. The intense concentration of the art Derek taught me, along with both of my quirk's abilities, struggled to achieve a broader vision and adapt at the same time, creating an enormous pressure on my iris, pupil, and sclera, causing my entire eye to turn red and tears of blood to begin to fall. Tick. Izuku, I only have one bullet. You mustn't waste it, he said while pressing his finger on the trigger. Tack. Izuku, huh? I don't have time for this, he said without further ado, pulling the trigger. The sound of the bullet contracting the air around it, causing that hiss to cut through space like butter. All time around me had slowed as a strange red mark marked the helicopter. I didn't know what it was, but I still didn't care. I wished, prayed, that the bullet would pierce the helicopter's armored glass. I didn't know if my wishes had finally been answered. That when you wish for the bullet to pierce the glass, it did. It passed completely through the armored glass to hit directly between the driver's eyebrows. In a matter of seconds, the helicopter exploded as it fell to the ground. Izuku, ha ha. Edward, what was that? An explosion? Izuku, you can rest assured. The reinforcements have been eliminated, he said before collapsing to the ground, unconscious. Izuku, Humog, shit. My eyes hurt, he said as he began to open his eyes. Where am I? Edward, you're finally awake, kid. You almost gave me a heart attack. Derek and Mike would have me killed and cut into pieces if anything happened to you. Izuku, Q, what happened? How did it all go? Edward, thanks to you, fine. We're on our way to the military base right now. Izuku, did we make it? Edward, that's right. The hostages are being cared for and looked after by the others. Pilot, sir, we have now landed at the military base. Edward, just in time. Shall we? Izuku, I feel like my head is spinning, he said as he began to get up. Edward, don't worry, you'll get used to it. You're the hero of this mission right now, he said as he began to exit the helicopter. Attention, medics. Get everyone treated for their injuries, no exceptions. Doctors, yes, sir. Chief Medical Officer, do any of your officers need treatment, sir? Edward, Izuku? Izuku, I'm fine, don't worry. Edward, you hurt, go help the others. Chief Medical Officer, understood. Edward, go rest, kid. I'll finish everything from now on. Izuku, thank you, sir, he said as he began to walk away from the area, to be stopped by Chika, who hugged him. Chika, you finally arrived, idiot. Izuku, Desmond, God, you look really bad. Did something happen? Chika, did they hurt you? Izuku, I am fine, sorry. Everything was perfect, no one died. Desmond, excellent. By the way, the commander needs to talk to you. Izuku, oh, I'll go right away, he said, and without further ado, he started walking towards his father's office. Desmond, you couldn't help yourself, could you? Chika, shut up. Desmond, did you want to kiss him? Chica, shut up. Mike, are you sure about this? Derek, unfortunately. Mike, the government knows what will happen if this fails, right? Derek, that's right, I've got my group ready for a clean elimination without anyone finding out. Mike, you've grown fond of him, haven't you? Derek, it's like watching you and me as kids. Izuku, sorry, sir. Am I interrupting something? Mike, son, don't worry about it. Sit down and tell me how your mission went. Izuku, good. Pretty good. Mike, your face tells me otherwise. Are you okay? Izuku, well. One more thing happened. Mike, tell me. Izuku, we were discovered and intercepted by reinforcements. The moment they discovered me and destroyed my scope, I had no choice but to aim at the pilot. Derek, without looking? Taking a shot like that means death. Izuku, I know. The strange thing is that you use the full concentration of your art, sir. On top of that, add the effects of my quirk. Strangely, a mark appeared right on the pilot's head. Mike, Brand? Izuku, it was like a signal. You could say that my sniper's bullet was strangely aimed at that spot. I completely ignore the angle or the effect of the wind. Mike, son, are you sure your quirk is only Eagle Eye? Izuku, well. When they discovered my quirk, they used huge amounts of stress to force it. It wasn't like how they normally do it. Mike, okay, this is it. We'll do a blood test to find out for sure what your quirk is. Okay? Izuku, understood, father. Derek, by the way. You're not going to tell him that, Mike? Izuku, tell me what? Mike, Izuku, I have some bad news. Obviously, if you don't want to, Derek and I are prepared to act. You were chosen to participate in a government-run experiment. An experiment capable of randomly giving out an artificial quirk. Izuku, program? What? Izuku Angelo. Status, Assault Squad member, son of military commander. Rank, 50th. Quirk, Adaptive Vision. One of the variants of his quirk, Adaptive Vision as its name suggests, gives him the primary ability to make his vision get used to any situation he finds himself in to automatically aid him, being a variant of his main quirk Eagle Vision. One of the most well-known variants can be highlighted as Ravenous Hunter's Mark. By applying the Ravenous Hunter's Mark, the bearer will create a mark on the target they want, making it possible for the hunter to always see the target and track it. In addition to that, it perfects shots by 200%. That is, the bearer's miss rate is eliminated and transformed into a perfect shot, which ignores any negative effects. Izuku, program, he said while placing his hand on his chin. What does it consist of? He plays the role of the perfect courtier. The perfect courtier, a flatterer and schemer, thrives and flourishes in a world where everything revolves around power and political skill. He flatters, defers to his superiors, and asserts his power over others in the most charming, amusingly indirect, and disingenuous ways. Mike, I'm sorry, my son. I tried to stop them at all costs, but I couldn't. Even my political power is a mere stone in their face. Control your emotions. Izuku, it doesn't matter, father. Mike, huh? It downplays what one does. Izuku, if it is the government's wish that I participate, I will. Avoid ostentation. Izuku, thought, after all this will make a huge path easier. Mike, Izuku, I'm not thinking like the military commander. I'm thinking like a father and a human being who thinks only about morality. Forcing yourself and those children to do this is simply immoral and unethical. Izuku, I understand your concern, Papa. And I'm not going to speak for the others, because I don't have the right to. But what will they think when they see the commander's son expelled from the experiment? We have to prevent more bloodshed. But what will they think when they see the commander's son expelled from the experiment? We must prevent more bloodshed. Mike, Derek. Is there anything you can teach him? Derek, nothing that can help. It's all just luck or something more. Mike, good. I guess it's impossible to change the way you think, right? Izuku, no. You said it yourself, father. I'm not your son, I'm just a soldier. And as a soldier, I'll sacrifice my life just like everyone else, and if fate wants to take my life, I'll surrender. Mike, TSK okay. Then we'll see you tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. They'll be here then, so you have to be prepared. Izuku, understood, sir. I'll say goodbye to the others, he said while giving a slight bow, and then simply leaving the office. Derek, Just like old times. Mike, I came out a bit disobedient. Derek, just like someone I knew. Don't you remember how your wife tried to stop you? Mike, I couldn't let any more lives be taken. Least of all yours. Derek, and look at us here. Both government animals. Mike, you know what to do if something happens, right? Derek, my men are already here. Mike, okay. Izuku, so a military experiment. Plan your actions from start to finish. Plan your path taking into account all possible consequences, all obstacles, and all twists of fate that could negatively impact your laborious development and bring glory to others. Desmond, Izuku. He shouted as he started running towards him. How's it going? Izuku, all good, I think. The mission was excellent. The bad thing is what comes next. Chika, what happened? Izuku, I will participate in a government experiment. Desmond, experiment? Chika, from the government? Izuku, from what I heard, it's about experimentation in order to grant artificial quirks without limits. Desmond, no limit. What do you mean? Izuku, without that invisible barrier that prevents you from continuing to evolve your quirk. The main goal is to give the quirk itself the ability to evolve infinitely. Chika, but? Izuku, the success rate is between 0.2% and 0.5%. Chika, and no. It can't be. Did you talk to your father? If necessary, I'll talk to mine. Izuku, that's the problem. I decided to participate of my own free will. I don't want to risk you two being forced to participate or my squad. Chika, are you crazy? She screamed while covering her mouth with her hand to suppress her tears. Izuku, possibly, he said while letting out a light laugh, but that's better, to be honest. Desmond, Izuku. We can find another way. Izuku, another way? What? Escape? There's no other way, Desmond. If I escape or anything happens, the government will retaliate against my father. Chika, we can't lose you. I don't want to lose you. Izuku, Chika. Chika, we never forced you to think for us. Don't think you have the right to decide for us. I reject this, I'll talk to my father. She shouted as she started to run. Izuku, chick. Desmond, I'll talk to her, Izuku. But what she said is true. You know she loves you more than anything in the world. Izuku, I know, but I don't want to think about seeing you both tied to a chair while your heartbeats steadily disappear. I can't allow that. You are and will forever be my only family, and as a family, I made the decision to protect you at all costs. Desmond, just promise me this. Escape the clutches of death. If you don't, I'll kill myself trying to find you. Izuku, I promise you, brother, he said while taking him by the forearm, although if you do that, I'll hit you first. Desmond, I've been training since we separated, he said while doing the same action. Don't expect the usual tie to end there. Izuku, fine. Please go talk to her. I don't expect them to be there, because I don't want them to. But it would be nice to leave without her holding any hard feelings. Desmond, sure, but if you make it out alive. I hope you give him the answer. Izuku, this answer was always clear. Mike, ready, son? Izuku, I guess. Mike, don't try to be strong. Fear is normal. It's a way of understanding what it's like to face terror head on. Izuku, I don't know. It's something different. Something exciting. Desmond, Izuku. Do you know we'll be here when you wake up? Izuku, I know. I know they'll be there to see them. Chika, if you don't wake up I'll beat you until you do. Izuku, then I hope I wake up. Good, good. Izuku Angelo? Izuku, I'm here. Good. You're the last member to participate, so we'll get this over with quickly. Mike, how are the other kids? So far, they're reacting well to the serum. We expect good news in 30 minutes, until the serum spreads throughout their blood vessels. Izuku, I guess I'll see you in an hour. Thanks everyone for being here. First, have this, he said while handing her a robe. We need you to put this on to continue. Derek, good. Mike, I guess it's time to go. Mike, but I. Derek, let him. Don't make that emotion inside him go away. Mike, TCH. Okay. Guys, please stay here and let me know everything. Desmond, understood, sir. Izuku, this smell of medicine still doesn't please me enough, he said as he began to enter a medical room. Bad experiences? Izuku, I guess. Okay, kid. I'll be the one monitoring your progress with the experiment in question. My name is Freud. I need you to sit on the table while I wait for my colleagues. Izuku, Cla. Freud, oh, they're right here. Did you bring it? That's right, sir. The last remaining sample. Freud, so let's begin, he said as he began to put on gloves. Ready, boy? Izuku, do I necessarily have to be there? Freud, no, he said while taking him by the neck, injecting anesthesia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Freud, patient asleep. Give it to me, he said while stretching out his hand. Here, sir. Freud, ah, may God have mercy on this boy, he said as he began to inject a blue liquid into the neck. Update vital signs every 10 seconds. Any abnormality, please report to my office. The patient does not appear to show any signs of repelling the injector. Seconds turned into minutes. Minutes eventually turned into an hour of scanning Izuku's entire body until finally, the vital signs machine began to experience a strange ringing noise. Freud, what's going on? The patient has a heart attack. Freud, damn it. Give me 10 grams of brivaracetam. He shouted as he took the syringe to inject it into Izuku's chest. Blood sample, now. Injecting Geriog. Freud, huh? What's going on? I got the shock. Freud, what are you talking about? He asked, approaching the patient. And it can't be. His electrons are rising exponentially. This isn't normal. Could you be showing symptoms of a new quirk? Freud, the other children. What happened to them? They died within 10 minutes of assimilation. Freud, damn. Sir. The patient is dying too. He's having trouble breathing, but I can't get a mask on him. The electricity is too high. Freud, damn useless. He shouted while taking off the mask to put it on Izuku. Come on. Don't die or your father will break my neck along with your uncle. Mr. Freud, no. It's not over yet. The patient won't wake up. His heart suffered an electric shock from his newfound power. His body didn't process it. Freud, shit. Freud, and no. No. This can't be possible. I refuse to believe this shit. There's nothing we can do, sir. Freud, set his time of death. Someone's going to have to tell the damn army commander and Westbrook family heir of the boy's death. Understood. Sir. Freud, with your permission, military commander. Mike, I find your bittersweet voice a little off-putting, Freud, he said as he stuck a knife into his desk. Speak up. Freud, I suppose you already know. Your son died. Mike, Derek. At your service, sir. Freud, sir. Please. Mike, you have 1 minute now, Freud. Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you for my son's death. Garbage, nothing more, nothing less. A disgrace to the bloodline that precedes you. A useless guy with a useless quirk. Dishonor as a son, as a grandson and as a brother. Wake up, brat. Those who indulge in revenge and take justice into their own hands rarely know where the line lies. Izuku Yagi. Or should I call you something else? Good actions are not always timely and effective. Wake up, Diot. Izuku, don't mention that last name again. Ah, that look that shows you hell itself through them makes my body tremble. Izuku, where am I? That question is not something that an ordinary person would ask. Izuku, I don't care who you are or what you are. My interest comes from where I am. Who knows? That's the great thing about all this, Izuku. Hell? Heaven? I'm just a message, nothing more. Izuku, then speak. It's simple. The simplest of all. Your destiny must not end here, Diot. You must follow a path with even more thorns, so awaken from your slumber before your father makes an enemy of the government. Izuku, enemy. Mori? No. Not yet, but you will be soon enough. Wake up, Izuku Diot. Freud, please, sir. First, say goodbye to your son, that's all I ask. Do you plan to break the promise you made in hell? Revenge? Fate? Will you let them mourn your death without having achieved your goal? Do you want to leave without killing them? Izuku, don't think death can take me. Death might take me when it earns the right. Then wake up, Balderic. Freud, unfortunately, all bodies have to stop at government buildings. Mike, son. Sir. Freud, what's going on? The test subject's vital signs have a slight signal. Freud, it must be the trend. Izuku determined his quirk before he died. N. No. It's not that. Mike, Freud, do it. Freud, there are only minutes left until the final phase passes, he will not revive. Derek, it's not just a constructive question, Freud. It's an order that depends on your life. Freud, understood, he said while taking the defibrillator on the count of 1, 2, 3. Izuku's entire body was surrounded by the defibrillator's electricity, which started in his heart. Eventually, his vital signs increased slightly. Freud, again. Izuku, do something like that again and I'll rip your neck out myself. Mike, Izuku? Izuku, hello, father. Mike, damn brat, you don't know how scared you gave me. Izuku, I'm so sorry, my heart just stopped beating to the point where it was almost dead. Derek, welcome to the land of the living, kid. Desmond, sir. We heard the news. He shouted as he entered the room with Chika. We're so sorry, Izuku. Izuku, hello, did you know? Chika, fucking idiot. She screamed as she hit him on the head. You don't know how much you scared me. I thought you were dead. Izuku, I wasn't planning on breaking the promise, especially if it came from someone like you. Chika, fine. I forgive you, she said while hiding her face in Izuku's chest, while her cheeks turned a slight red. Izuku, I think. I like this. Desmond, cheating death, who would have thought? Izuku, I have some goals I must complete before I die. Death doesn't have the right to take me yet. Desmond, you're simply amazing. Freud, well, I'm sorry to interrupt your little meeting, but I need to see the patient's condition. Derek, time to go, kid. You'll have time to spend with Izuku later. Desmond, I guess we'll see each other on the other side, he said while taking Chika by the shoulder to carry her. Mike, Freud. Freud, yes, sir? Mike, do something to my son and I assure you by my rank that not even he will save you from this, he said before leaving the room. Freud, you're not planning to kill me, are you? I've felt it since you woke up. Izuku, do whatever it takes. If I see anything weird coming from you, I'll rip your arm off. Freud, understood, he said as he began to examine his body. Do you feel anything else? I don't know. Physical, psychological, or an internal mutation? Izuku, nothing. I just feel stronger. Freud, your iris is fine. It seems your physical and mental health are fine. Even if you're fine, you may be experiencing side effects from the drug. If you feel unwell, don't hesitate to tell your father. Izuku, aha. Freud, well, I'll go and talk to your father, he said as he left the room, sir. Mike, well? Freud, apparently Izuku has no damage after spending all this time dead. Mike, I guess I should be happy about that. Freud, I think it's time for me to go. It's a huge success that. Nothing. I'm leaving to report to the government. Mike, first of all, what exactly is their plan? Freud, creating monsters. Genetically enhanced soldiers to win battles we can't. An elite within an elite. Mike, what will they do with Izuku? Freud, they'll just monitor him. Tomorrow they'll decide if he's dangerous enough to be admitted or if he can stay with you. Mike, you treat him like he's a dog, it bothers me. Freud, I regret my way of expressing myself. If the government deems it necessary, Izuku must be taken into government custody for training and monitoring. Mike, and his quirk? Did it show any signs? Freud, electricity might be the best option. The experiment is trying to create people without a limitation like normal people, so we don't know exactly what it might be. We also don't know if it would cause severe damage to their bodies when used. Mike, fine, go. I hope the government gives a benefit to the families who have to receive their children's bodies. I hope they take responsibility, or I'll make them pay. Freud, that is more than clear, sir, he said, before leaving. Mike, thought, the government is acting very suspiciously, he said as he began to walk towards the medical room. Izuku, what's wrong, father? Mike, until further notice, Izuku Angelo is officially dismissed from the military duties of your rank. With my authority as commander, I am forcing you to take a mandatory vacation until further notice. Izuku, what? I refuse. I'm fine. Mike, no. You said it before, Izuku. You're not my son, you're a soldier. You're part of the main assault squad, so I want you 100% for your next missions. Understood? Izuku, yes, sir. Mike, make the most of your time. Acceptable date with Chika. Izuku, that's what I was planning to do. Mike, okay, then go rest. Izuku, understood, father. Izuku, PF, do you think I look good like this? Desmond, don't start, please. It's a date, you're not going to see the Queen of England. Izuku, well. It might happen someday. Desmond, it's time, Izuku. I'll have to leave you. Don't forget your plan, he said while throwing him some keys. Izuku, and this? Desmond, are you planning on riding a bike? It's a car. Izuku, thanks, I guess. Desmond, do you know how to drive? Izuku, what do you think? Desmond, I don't even know why I'm asking. See you, Izuku. Don't ruin the date, he said before simply starting to leave. Izuku, damn, stop shaking, he spoke to himself in an attempt to stop his hand. Question mark, Izuku? Is that you? Izuku, Oh, Chika. I was way. Chika, PF, did something happen? You were left with your mouth open. Izuku, how can I not be like this when I'm looking at you? Chika, hey, you look good, huh? Izuku, I guess it's nice to be away from work for a bit and be able to spend these days with you. Chika, that makes me happy, she said as a small red tint appeared on her cheek. So? What's your plan? Izuku, follow me, you'll like this, he said as he started walking towards the military camp parking lot. Let's see, which one will it be? Chika, what are you looking for? Izuku, this I mention as I start walking towards a car, to open the passenger door. Shall we go? Chika, is it yours? Izuku, hey, the pay as a mercenary was good when I trained with my dad. I asked Desmond to help me buy a car. Chika, it's beautiful, she said as she started walking towards the seat. Excuse me. Izuku, I have a plan, I don't know if you'd like it, he said as he started the car, to head towards the city. Chika, which one? Izuku, I'll show you. 1 hour later. Izuku, when I was a kid, I always watched it from my building, but my mom never had time to take me. I wanted to take you to a special place I've always longed for. Chika, this is beautiful. I'd never seen it before when I traveled to the city with my dad. Izuku, they come at a certain time, he said while giving his hand to Chika. Shall we go? Chika, of course. Izuku, I think they're celebrating it as a holiday, who knows? Chika, there are too many people. Izuku, don't worry about it, Chika. It's our date, so it'll just be the two of us. Where do you want to go first? Chika, I'm interested in that giant wheel. Izuku, the Ferris wheel. Let's go there, he said while being taken by the hand by Chika, who began to run towards that place. Let's go there, he said while being taken by the hand by Chika, who began to run towards that place. Chika, it's huge. Come on, come on. Izuku, 2 tickets for the Ferris wheel, please, he said as he started walking towards a ticket agent. Understood, sir. Izuku, thank you. He said as he started running towards the Ferris wheel with Chika. Ladies first. Chika, and this isn't dangerous, right? Izuku, not at all, he said as he climbed into the cockpit. Chika, wait. This is too high. Izuku, calm down, Chika. Look, we're up there, he said as he grabbed her shoulder. See? It's safe. Chika, wow. This is so beautiful. Izuku, that's why it's one of the most famous attractions. You can admire the entire sunset. Finally, the Ferris wheel had made a complete turn to the point where Izuku's cabin was already at the exit. Izuku, good. What would you like to do now? Chika, I don't know. I don't see anything that interests me. The rest scares me. Izuku, is something wrong? Oh, I see. Chika, it's cute. Izuku, come on, let's go, he said as he started walking towards a store. Can I participate? Of course. If he manages to knock down the pile of cans, he can take home any stuffed animal his girlfriend likes. The 3 balls would cost 150 yen. Izuku, I'll try, he said while giving him the money, to receive the shots. 3 attempts. Izuku, thinking, let's test how it works first, he said while throwing the 3 balls without knocking down any can. I'm very sorry, sir. I'll do it next time. Izuku, I want another try. Chika, Izuku, are you sure? Izuku, don't worry, I'll give you that stuffed animal, he said while giving her the money again. As before, you have 3 attempts. Izuku, good. Eagle eyes. With my quirk active, I was able to see the tiniest details within this entire game. The entire mountain of cans were stuck together, while the ones below had a small cement tower to prevent them from falling. Izuku, haha, this is a little annoying. Habilis. On the count of 1, 2, 3. Izuku, here we go, he said while tensing all the muscles in his arm, to quickly knock down the entire mountain with a single shot. Oh? I guess I got some luck. Q what? Izuku, I guess I win, right? Huh? Yes, sir. Take any stuffed animal you want. Izuku, Chika? Chika, I choose this one. She shouted while grabbing a puppy plush. Izuku, sweet, he said as he began to caress Chika's head. It's getting dark, do you want to have dinner? Chika, yes. Izuku, come with me, I'll reserve a place you'd love, he said as he started to leave the fair, to walk through the dark streets. Chika, it's warm. Izuku, Chika, wait, he said while stopping her, to focus his sight on a dark alley. Chika, is something wrong? I can't see anything. Habilis. Wow. I think we hit the jackpot. I never imagined seeing people who look like they're from high society. Tell me, would you love to spend the night with us? Chika, it disgusts me. Oh please, precious. You'll love it, I promise, he said while licking his lips, to stretch his hand towards Chika's face. Izuku, I think you'll love spending the night in the hospital, don't you? What would a kid do against us? I've got this. You better run if you don't want to get hurt, Kitty said while grabbing a knife. Tick-tock. Chika, Izuku? Izuku, try it. You asked for it. He screamed while trying to stab his stomach. Izuku, there's one thing you must try. Never aim for your opponent's stomach, he said while slapping his hand, dropping the knife. Okay? Never aim for your opponent's stomach, he said as he slapped his hand, dropping the knife. Okay? What? Wait. Let me go. He screamed as he tried to break free. What is this force? Izuku, second. Never threaten her or look at her with those eyes again. Crack. Ah. Damn it. Izuku, I broke your doll, don't cry. Otherwise, if you don't want the same thing to happen to you, take your friend away from here. Damn you, you'll pay, he said as he started running. Izuku, are you okay? Chika, you know I could have killed them, right? Izuku, I know, but I didn't want this to get ruined. We still have a restaurant reservation. Chika, okay. Let's go then. 15 minutes later. Waitress, it's an honor to have you in our restaurant, Mr. Angelo. Izuku, the honor is mine. Waitress, here is your food, please enjoy it and the view, she said as she started serving the food. Izuku, thank you. Izuku and Chika had begun eating without restraint, both savoring and enjoying the food, as well as the atmosphere they were in, until they had finally finished. Izuku decided to return to the military base with Chika to rest after the whole day, until he receives a call from his father. Chika, is something wrong? Izuku, my father is texting me to come to his office. Can you go ahead? Chika, of course. She said while kissing him on the lips, and then starting to run towards her room. It was fun. Izuku, I had fun too, he said as he closed his car door, to start walking towards Mike's office. Father, it's me. Can I come in? Mike, come in, son. Izuku, excuse me. What's wrong? Mike, how did your date go? Izuku, perfect. We had a small setback, but other than that, it was fine. Mike, I'm glad about that. Derek, Mike, get to the point. Mike, true. Izuku, I'm sorry to break this to you, but your vacation will have to end from now on. Izuku, it's about time. What's going on? Derek, you'll have a mission with me. The report will be taken to the respective headquarters tomorrow. Mike, this mission is important, so Derek's participation is required, as is that of the other quarters. Izuku, I understand, then we'll see each other tomorrow, he said as he left the office. Derek, are you sure about this, Mike? Mike, I don't know. But his presence is necessary. He's the only one who can do something if everything goes wrong. Derek, it's not for nothing that I showed him my style. I'll go get everything ready, see you. Mike, rest. Let's see, then. What's so important to you that we should all get together? Freud, too many, Mr. President. Then you can start talking. Time isn't something we can waste. Freud, I'll be brief and precise. The experiment carried out at the military base was a complete failure, given the deaths of all those children. Apparently, their own bodies weren't able to withstand such an unlimited quirk, so they ended up dying painfully. But if you're here in person, it's because something happened. Freud, aside from the threat from Mr. Mike and Mr. Derek, one guy survived. Speak. Freud, Izuku Angelo. Angelo? Same last name as Mike Angelo? Freud, exactly, your son. And history repeats itself. So, Freud. Details of the subject? Freud, my colleagues and I don't know for sure what the serum is capable of at 100%. We modified the DNA skeletal system that contains the main quirks. The serum itself grants the subject enhanced healing, supernatural strength, and, best of all, increases their physical and psychological advantages. So it wasn't a total loss. What happens to the guy from now on? I want to take him to my facility. Freud, that's where the problem lies. We don't know if the subject can be a ticking time bomb at the military base. It can produce great long-term results, but the negative factors are also quite a few. Loss of control, irrational thoughts. It could even engineer a state of insanity. How was he able to revive? Freud, his condition wasn't completely life-threatening, he even managed to fool the vital signs monitor. Apparently, his heart began beating so slowly that, to us, it seemed like a dead state. Anything else to add? Freud, no, sir. So, can Izuku Angelo be an active threat? Freud, that will depend on time, but we're talking about the place next to the other two experiments that went well years ago. Possibly being with them would be the best place to contain a bomb. Minister, what do you think about that? You know Mike. You had him under your wing. That's exactly why I can stake my claim that Mike is perfect for keeping his son in line. The only way to fight a monster is with another monster. Then it's decided. We'll keep an eye on Izuku Angelo for a few years, and if we see that he's inefficient at his job, he'll fall into the hands of the government. Freud, understood, sir. With your permission, I'll go, he said as he began to leave, to take her trembling hand. Ah shit. They don't know the demon they created. We created a demon without chains or a throne. If something happens, our end will come. Military base. Izuku, okay, what's this all about? Edward, obviously it's because you came out of that experiment alive. Come on. Izuku, wait, how did they know about that? Edward, Mr. Derek informed us of that. When we went to the commander's office, we saw him threatening the doctor, so we thought the worst, but here you are. Derek, don't ruin the mood, Edward. Edward, huh? Sir? Derek, remember you have an important mission to accomplish, the party can wait. John, what's it about this time, sir? Derek, such a dangerous mission that we need the help of the other departments. Edward, exactly? Derek, take this, he said while throwing 5 folders. Lloyd, Akane Todoroki? Eli, kidnapped. Derek, Akane Todoroki, heiress of the Todoroki clan, was kidnapped and is believed to be held hostage in a hotel. She was seen at 1:30 a.m. in a car with a woman believed to be her kidnapper. Izuku, now I understand why it's important. Edward, can you explain? Izuku, she's the daughter and heir of the second clan, led by Endeavor. If civilians find out the heiress was kidnapped, the conflict will be so great it could escalate into a civil war. Clans were created as indestructible pillars. If it becomes clear that it was so easy to kidnap someone from a clan, distrust will plague Japan. This is a national threat. Derek, exactly, that's why it's so important. Don't treat this as a game, but as something the entire country depends on. We must be extremely careful, or a war will break out, not just a national one. John, what do you mean? Derek, national, he said while throwing a photo on the table. Kim Yo-jong, woman who was seen with Akane and the sister of the dictator of Korea. Edward, shouldn't this be up to the Federation? Derek, it would be, if only the Federation chief hadn't been arrested for selling information on the black market. Izuku, then it's just up to us. John, okay. Derek, are you ready for that? You know what we're up against and how dangerous it could be. Edward, for my part, it could be. John, and all of you? Lloyd? Eli? Izuku? Izuku, you don't need to ask, he said while throwing the file on the table. I'm in. Eli, if my brother goes, I'll go. Lloyd, fine. Count me in. Derek, okay, The mission officially begins tomorrow. I'll introduce you to the other teams, and we'll be off. For now, rest. John, good. Derek, remember, mistakes are not allowed.